A question that everyone's asking is, can the new M1 iPad Pro replace a MacBook for an efficient and effective workflow? Watch till the end to hear my genuine answer. Now, one crucial thing to take note of is that although the iPad has an M1 chip in it and has the same power capabilities as a MacBook, it still lacks in software, meaning it can't run certain apps like Apple Pro apps or Adobe apps. This is because Apple is trying to preserve their Mac lineup because they know very well the iPad will destroy their Mac sales. But sometimes you have to sacrifice something to receive something even better. In order to determine if the iPad is a replacement for the MacBook, is to compare their exclusive features and what they have in common to see which is more beneficial, which will bring us to our answer. Let's start by talking about the features of the iPad Pro. Now, one that's very obvious is its touchscreen, which makes a very big difference in your workflow as you're more interactive with your screen. It saves you time when you want to do a certain task, and things can get very frustrating when done on the trackpad or mouse. What makes it even better is you can use it with a more effective way for taking notes, as you can write something down and it will convert to typed text, which is a true innovation in note-taking, because that saves the many pages in exercise books and stationery. You can pretty much have one single pen on your desk, and that's all you need. On top of all that, your notes organized. Now, a second exclusive feature of the iPad Pro is its software. Now, I know I said earlier that was the only problem with the iPad Pro, but that's only because it can't run certain apps. Everything else is pretty good. The way you can use two apps at the same time is just so efficient and convenient. And as a MacBook user, having the apps instantly open up makes a big efficient difference when completing a task, as it doesn't leave you with a jumping app on the dock. And lastly is the fact that you can use mobile apps with it. Now let's talk about the MacBook features. I'll cut this one short because frankly, no one cares. The only two good things about it is the accessibility for files on the desktop and the fact that it can run many more apps. Now, although I brushed by it quite quickly, those features are still very important for a laptop. Now let's talk about what the two devices have in common. A clear similarity is that they both have the same layout of a keyboard and trackpad, with a screen above that flips upwards. The iPad has the advantage over the MacBook as you can take off the screen being the iPad. They both share the accessibility for files, with the MacBook having the advantage of convenience over the iPad as it has a desktop where you have to go to a file app in the iPad. They both have a Thunderbolt port so they can connect to a display and a hard drive. Once again, the MacBook has the advantage as their display doesn't have cut-off sides, and can connect to any kind of hard drive as the iPad is limited to certain hard drives. For regular workflows, like typing things down in the document, the iPad has the advantage for smooth typing, exporting, and shortcuts. So what have we learned from this? Can the iPad replace a MacBook? There are two answers to this. If you don't necessarily do anything creative on a laptop, then by all means, use this. And if you're a person who's creative, I'd still recommend the iPad. But I would also recommend having some kind of form of a Mac as a desk computer, so you can use those creative apps and use the iPad as an interactive display. Final Cut Pro is a good example for this. And then use the iPad as a portable laptop. Now, this may mean that you would have to spend extra money on two computers, but consider it an investment, because you'll find this system to be quite useful. But if you don't have that kind of money and you're creative with your laptop, then I would just recommend buying a MacBook. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm trying to get to 400 by the end of the year. Really, please get me to 400 by the end of the year. And I'll see you later.